Hey, what's up guys? TinkerJoe StarCraft here, and I'm going to be bringing you another one of my replays here. This is against Anathema, and I'm in the blue Zerg spawning up here at the top, and he's the red Terran spawning down here at the bottom on Steps of War, which is a map that always is a is a hard and fast term, but usually ends up in a really short game or an intensely long game. This is going to be a longer game that I'm bringing you. And the reason why I bring my own replays is not to just, gloat in my own victory, but it's also a time for me to look at my own replays, see what I'm doing right, see what I'm doing wrong. Because regardless if you won or not, you do things wrong in a game all the time, and it's about just like smoothing out these things. Keep the production tab open, and it's about just seeing what you need to work on it and really focusing on these things. For instance, supply blocker, spreading creep, or when to drone, when to make army units. It's about seeing these small things and just always working on them, because practicing isn't always enough. And just real quick, I am sending out a scout here. I'm looking to try to fast expand, which is a little bit risky on Steps of War, but I didn't see a proxy or anything. I got these two overlords headed out, and this first overlord is gonna go over here or over here. Also over here is fine, but it'll get there before his first Marine can be produced. So you'll get that overlord in a spot where you can get a scout in mid-game when you're really feeling in the dark as a Zerg player, and you can see he's blocking my expansion here. But what's important is to not just continue to try to do something and be stubborn. You see how when I see that he was blocking my expansion, I knew my drone had to kill this guy. You can see he's got himself going in like a little loop here by him getting free pot shots on him. So I threw down a spawning pool and extractor and went for a speedling expand instead of a fast expand. It's about just adapting to these things. And I can throw down an expansion pretty soon here, but I am going to bring it back. I got the scout going around. I did a ton of damage. I delayed his barracks here. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying before. Practicing is just not enough. You have to keep these concepts on the forefront when you're playing. You have to think about your supply. Look at your supply. Look at your money. Look at your supply. Look at your money. Scout, scout, scout. See what's going on. Just make educated choices instead of random choices that seem like they could be fine. You can see I'm just blocking his gas here to prevent him from doing any kind of techier build here. I do let it go up, and I'm sending out a drone here to throw down the fast expansion. I will have Zergling speed on the way here in any second now, just about to reach 100 gas, and producing some lings here, and should go down. There we go. Metabolic boost on the way at 100 gas, and I am going to pull off 2 drones from gas, leaving just 1 on gas so I can get more minerals, so I can produce a second queen here. Should be queuing up a second queen to walk down to this expansion, just continue to produce Zerglings. So I just need these minerals a little bit more. And when I feel like I need to tack to layer, I'll pull those back on. I'll put them back in gas, maybe make a second extractor here. I got the second queen coming out here. So this queen will be laying down a creep tumor and then walking down here. So that seems to be a very popular thing to be doing now as a Zerg player, to just get your second queen at your first hatchery. And we do see Reapers coming from him. A little bit of a delayed Reaper attack. Not too delayed, he just got 1 Marine out, and now he's going into Hellions and Reapers. Nitro packs are on the way, so we will see heavy harassment from this player. And I did bring back my Zerglings because first of all, I need them here. Knowing when he comes out is not that important to me. It's worth saving these Zerglings so I don't have to spend a ton of money keeping myself from using drones. I'm spreading them out here, so if he comes up here with the Reapers, just like you can see, he's queuing them up here, I'll have Zerglings anywhere, and he's going to get free pot shots on these Zerglings. It's about delaying these Reapers. These non-speed Zerglings are not going to do collateral damage onto these whatsoever. It's just about delaying the Reapers, keeping them from doing hard economic damage, and he is withdrawing his Reapers right now. I think he's pulling up a second Reaper here. I did get a chance to talk to this player after the match because it was just a really great game back and forth, and he said he has like 800 games under his belt. He's a really good player. He's transitioning to Terran from Protoss, like a ton of Protoss play, so we just kind of talked about how the game went, and you can see I did throw down a roach horn immediately when I saw those reapers. So I do have roaches here to defend my expansion, and some drones moving down here. I am kind of bringing them into the fight. I'm not sure why. I think just kind of a misclick there. And I do need to bring these drones up here. I have a spine crawler to guard this side, bringing my roaches up here to cut these reapers off. They're going to cut across this way to try to cut the reapers off, do some damage. I am suffering some drone losses there. That reaper has 4 kills, so he's getting his money's worth on these reapers, and he's completely just making me not able to produce drones right now. However, I know that I'm safe here with these 4 roaches for the time being, so I am producing just drones at this moment here. We can see 6 drones on the queue, spreading creep, connecting these 2 bases so these roaches can move around. And I'm leaving 2 roaches down here and putting 2 roaches up here. 2 roaches will deal with this small amount of reapers, and he is transitioning into Hellions and Marauders. So we will see a very strong Hellion Marauder push, which is also becoming very popular among Terran players. It deals with both roaches and lings very effectively. Both units are very hard counters. Huge air quotes coming down, you can't see, but hard counters for these units. So continuing to macro up, throwing down a spine crawler in a defensive position here. Very hard for Hellions to get up this ramp if I block it off with roaches, so they'll get poked away by the spine crawler, and the spine crawler guards this whole side of the hatchery, and I can have roaches over here. So yeah, continuing to produce a bunch of Zerglings, and I am about to get my layer tech here, and I need to transition into that right now. And he is coming up here with a really strong push. I need to get ready for this. Bunch of roaches about to pop for me, so good timing on that is just so important. And here comes the rest of his army. I'm like, oh my god. So pulling down roaches from up here, keeping them near the spine crawler. More roaches popping for me, doing a lot of damage to these reapers. Trying to focus down these Marauders because those are the only units right now that are doing a ton of damage to me, and I produced enough roaches to keep him off my base for the time being. Roach speed is coming down for me, and he's retreating back to his base. He knows he can't win that fight right now, so excellent timing there. Queen just kind of keeping this Viking from doing harassment. You can see just how up against the ropes it is to be a Zerg player right now. I'm not trying to QQ or anything, but it's like harassment unit after harassment unit after harassment unit. Starts with the Reapers, goes into Hellions, finally with the Vikings, killing all my overlords. It's just like, what can you do besides completely be passive in your base and just like try to deal with these things? My money is getting a little high right now, but there we go, producing a bunch of Zerglings because I actually want to attack right now. I have a ton of larvae, and he is moving out to attack me at this moment, so we both are on a very similar attack timing schedule here. Making an overseer just because I want to scout around and stuff like that. I do want to be prepared for banshees or something. So these Zerglings are hatching just in time. Roach Ling army right here. Lings are getting a good surround on these Hellions right here, but the Hellions are up against the wall doing a lot of damage to my army here. And these roaches are just dealing so much damage right now. Marauders are kind of sniping from the bottom of this ramp, and I am just going to chase him down with these lings and roaches right now. Roach speed is up, so I'm able to kind of get a bunch of free pot shots on these Marauders. You know what I'm talking about. Bringing up his ramp so I can't do any more damage, and then I'm just bringing it back. I don't want to overextend myself whatsoever. I am coming back here just to see if he can show his hand again, maybe see what he's producing. I do have a Spire coming down, as you can see on the new cool production tab. I want to take down the supply depot just to make him feel against the wall here, like I could pop in at any moment. These roaches are not going to get away. Just trying to do as much damage as possible, but this medevac is coming out just in time to really heal up those Marauders. And he is trying to lay down an expansion here. He is a bit behind if we do look at the economy. Actually, he's doing pretty well. Harvester count is heavily in my favor by about 2. But you can see he is pretty good with his mules here, so he's able to be alright here. He is, now you can see a little bit more balanced scope of things. He is about half what I'm bringing in here. Because if a Viking out here, just scout, do whatever, and I do have a bunch of Mutalisks 5 mutas is a really good number of mutas. They will be able to... What's happening with my mouse there? They will be able to get 1 volley in and kill a worker, so that's a really prime number to have when you get your first batch of mutas out. Just trying to do as much damage, and oh, great timing! That missile turret is like 2 HP away from finishing, and I'm able to just get in there, take the SCV out before it finishes. And really, you can see these mutas aren't doing a ton of damage, but what they are doing is instilling. This is kind of an abstract concept, like what is map control? But this is classic map control. If he moves out with this huge army to attack me, I'm in a... Where'd my harvesters go? I guess I got attacked by Hellion or something, or I made some production facilities. Either way, you can see I'm just producing army right now. I'm going to go back to the production tab. Baneling's Nest is coming down for me because I do see as he is kind of transitioning into this more heavy MMM build. His units are kind of all over